If you even think about dating, you'll regret it. What my ex-husband said after our divorce and what he did next. The courtroom echoed with emptiness after the gavel struck. Divorce granted, the judge said, final and flat. I didn't cry. Not then. Because after 12 years with Daniel Russo, I was long past the crying phase. We walked out of the courthouse in opposite directions, like strangers, despite once sharing a bed, a home, a life. My hand shook as I got into my car, a second-hand silver Toyota he never liked, said it wasn't classy enough for a doctor's wife. But I wasn't a doctor's wife anymore. I was just me, Leah Monroe, 39, freelance editor, finally free. Or so I thought. Daniel had seemed fine at first. Cold, yes, but Daniel was always cold. Controlled, calculated. It was part of what made him an excellent surgeon, and an impossible husband. He had agreed to the divorce when I discovered the second affair, just signed the papers with a shrug and that icy smile. Hope you find whatever you're looking for, he'd said. But a month later, when I posted a photo of myself laughing with a group of friends at a beach bonfire, just laughing, nothing else, my phone rang at 1:14 a.m. It was Daniel. You think this is funny? He growled. You think you can move on like it's nothing? If you dare date someone, Leah, you'll really see who I am. I hung up. But the fear he planted that night didn't. At first, it was small things. My dog Daisy, a golden retriever with eyes too human for her own good, went missing for 2 days and came back limping with a cut on her side. The door to my apartment building jammed randomly in the evenings. My spare tire was slashed. No proof, no witnesses, just that creeping, acidic sense that I was being watched. I told my best friend Mara about the call. Mara, who I'd known since college, who had cried with me through the divorce and offered to help me start over. He's bluffing, she said. Don't let him crawl into your head again. She even encouraged me to try dating apps. Nothing serious, she said. Just flirt a little. Remember who you were before him. So I did. And when I matched with someone, a gentle-eyed school counselor named Jonah, I felt something I hadn't felt in years. Possibility. We met for coffee, talked for 3 hours. No sparks, not yet, but comfort. Ease. He kissed my cheek goodbye. That was all. That night, someone spray-painted slut across my apartment door. I didn't tell Jonah. I did call the police. But they told me what I expected to hear. No cameras on that floor, no witnesses. Keep us posted if anything escalates. Escalate it did. Someone hacked my professional website. Every article I'd ever edited, erased. My clients vanished overnight. My income disappeared in a blink. I knew. And yet, when I confronted Daniel, showed up at his condo, shaking, angry, he opened the door with that same hollow smile. Paranoia doesn't suit you, Leah, he said. You're ruining my life, I hissed. You said I'd see who you really are. This is who you are, right? He leaned close, so close I could smell his cologne, woodsy and sharp, just like his lies. If I wanted to ruin your life, he whispered, you'd already be begging. I drove away, heart thudding so hard it blurred my vision. I didn't go home. I went to Mara's. She poured wine, rubbed my shoulders, told me to report him again. And then, her phone buzzed. She excused herself. I wasn't trying to snoop, but her screen lit up. I saw the name. Daniel Russo. I froze. Stared. She came back into the room and froze too. The silence was volcanic. How long? I asked. Her lips parted. No sound came. Then finally, a whisper. Since before the divorce. I stumbled back like she had struck me. He told me he was going to leave you, she said. That you were miserable, controlling, cold. He said you'd moved on. That it was over in every way that counted. You believed him? I croaked. Tears welled up in her eyes. I didn't mean to. I didn't think he'd do this to you. And you helped him? No, she said. I didn't. But her voice broke off, and I saw the truth behind her panic. Mara had been feeding him things, details, schedules, access. I ran. 3 weeks later, I had moved in with my sister 2 towns over and filed for a restraining order. I blocked Mara's number, deleted every account, started fresh under a pseudonym. I found a temp gig editing grants for nonprofits and began piecing together my sanity. Jonah texted once. I didn't reply. I told myself I needed to heal. And I did. Slowly. Quietly. But Daniel wasn't done. He was arrested 3 months later. Not for what he did to me, but for stalking a nurse he had dated briefly after me. She'd recorded him. She had proof, GPS trackers, messages, threats. He's serving 2 years in prison. Not long enough, but enough. Enough to let me breathe. 1 year later, I sat on a park bench in a new city, watching Daisy chase pigeons, when someone tapped my shoulder. Jonah. He looked surprised. Leah? I blinked. Hi, I figured you vanished, he said gently. I swallowed. I had to. We talked for a long time. He didn't ask for details. I didn't offer many. But when he smiled at me and said, "You look like someone who finally got her life back," I realized something. He was right. I had. And this time, no one would take it from me.